Hello and welcome back to the shed. This video was recorded pretty much straight after the first one, but I had to go nip out of the shed and pick up a piece of equipment, and this is going to be an unboxing. It's my very first unboxing video. Now this is the Anker PowerPort 6, the 6-port USB charging hub, which is allegedly, according to the marketing blurb on the packet, America's leading USB charging brand. I don't know where it rates in Australia, but I'll certainly be giving my opinion of where it rates at the end of the video. 18-month warranty, Power IQ, what's it say? Power IQ, intelligent high-speed charging, overcomes cable resistance to further increase charging speed, voltage boost, multi-protect. Oh, so there's a interesting set of functions. Works with phones, tablets and other USB charge devices. So basically just plug anything in that might be USB powered. Oh, I didn't realise it did this. That's cool. 12 amps total output, it says there, the top of the left page, and 60 watts. I might not be able to test that 60 watt output, being as I don't have enough dummy load. I'll have to rectify that at some point if I'm going to keep on testing USB supplies. Awarded highest efficiency rating by the US Department of Energy. Let's break into it and see what we have. Now it has a nice little tear strip at the bottom here, where the adhesive tears off. So we'll go with that. See, it's drawing our attention to it with an arrow, and we'll pull it out and have a look. So we have the box, empty box now, and we have quite a bit of slightly wasteful. I hate all this wasteful packaging, where there's heaps and heaps of bits of plastic that all have to be recycled. You could do it a lot easier. Maybe even cardboard would be better. He immediately throws his new product onto the bench. Feels pretty heavy and solid. It's plastic, but feels like there might be a transformer in there, or a big choke or something. But it's certainly not light, not lightweight. Chunky. And we have power cord. Now then, power cord. I wonder how long this is. It's probably in the specs if I look. Let me have a look in the book. We have a welcome guide, not a user guide, it's a welcome guide. Output, doesn't say. Weight 190 grams, so that's, yeah, it's fairly heavy. 5 volts, maximum 2.4 amps per port. So it's similar in that way to the Orico, which I reviewed in my previous video. The Orico is a lot cheaper than the Anker, but the Anker does of course have 6 ports and the Orico only has 4. I must say this feels like a much more substantial piece of equipment than the Orico. So we have mains lead, and these mains connection blades are of decent quality, and they're insulated. I'm not sure how they're insulated. How these are insulated. There seems to be a sleeve which is flush with the tip of the blade, which is quite good. and we have a polarised, is that polarised or not? Non-polarised figure 8. I'm not always that keen on non-polarised cables. Non-polarised cables mean that when the circuitry, the live, doesn't always go through the fuse if you have the cable the other way around. So if there's a fuse in there, I'd rather it be on the live than on the neutral. It's much safer that way around. Alright, so we'll plug this in and have a look. We'll see what I'll plug it in here into my little excuse for the hobby. Ooh, now that was a bit of a crack when I plugged that in. That's not good. It's a bit of an inrush current there. And we've got a power factor of immediately of 0.02, and we're on 1/5 of a watt roughly before we plug anything in. Alright, let's get something plugged in there. So I'll plug my load in. Got a nice little blue LED on the surface on the front of the equipment there. I'll put my load in and measuring equipment, and we'll see. I'm trying to get my hand so much in front of the thing this time. Does this work? Does this system work? Does that work? Is this better than before? We've got things at different levels here, so the focus might not be good. I'll get hammered. Clive's very keen on things being in focus. I think that's probably going to be enough depth of focus for that to be legible. If not, I'll reshoot the video. Anyway, so we're on 5.07 volts with no load. Let's just turn up the load and see how we go. So at 0.3 amps we are 0.25 power factor. Power factor's improving. Let's see it get up to an amp. 5.13 at 1 amp. Power factor 0.41. Let's go up to see if we can get up to 3 amps on this. 2.3. Now we're over the rated current. We're on 2.51 amps. Still holding voltage very easily. We've got 2.9, 2.98, 3 amps, and quite happily pumping 3 amps at 5 volts through that port, which is well over spec. Power factor 0.49, so it's very similar in some ways, excuse me while I cough, very similar to the Orico in terms of performance. See how far we can go with the current. I've end stopped the load there on 3.2 amps and it's holding 5.09 volts very easily. Just take my current back down and let the thing cool off a bit. Just keep turning my 10 turn pot. Now obviously that's just a test of output over a very short period of time, and if you're charging a device, that's going to place a high load on it for a lot longer in order to get the device fully charged. But at least it performs to spec out of the box, and with 6 ports it's going to be a very useful addition to many desktops where you wanted to charge several devices at the same time, or maybe something that a family might buy and put in a socket in the kitchen to charge, so that everybody can charge their devices in one spot rather than having them strewn all over the house. And how would I rate it? I think it's a good. It feels more sturdy than the Orico, but performs in a similar way. Has a larger number of ports, and because of the fact that it's got a cable, you can obviously locate it some distance from a wall socket rather than having to have it shoved in a wall socket with cables coming down out of the wall. You can just have one cable coming down onto a surface and then sort of put your devices around it. So different strokes for different folks, but I think they're both quite adequate as regards their charging capacity, at least out of a single port. Would that I had more dummy loads? I perhaps ought to get some higher rated dummy loads to check these things out to their cutout voltages and currents. So that's something I can think about doing in the future. But if you want a basic recommendation, then I can recommend both. The Orico 4-port wall charger is actually very good value for money, and this costs a little bit more. You get more ports and it's probably slightly more durable, and it's up to you to make your mind up. If you want to have a look at the Orico, that was in my previous video, and as ever, if you want to like and subscribe, that would be appreciated. Any comments about the video would also be appreciated, because this is only my second video on YouTube, and I need as much help as I can get from the community to try and bring to you that what it is you want to see. So cheers for now, and I will see you next time. Oh no, that's somebody else's sprays. Bye now.